find a way to run from the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is February 17, 2021, and it's 4:34 a.m. All right, 461 subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. I hope you enjoy my channel. Okay, 461. Okay, let's get to it. Last night, I recorded a lot of stuff. I should have gone straight to editing, but you know, I have to check to see what's going on Twitter, and then I'm telling you, the squad are at it on Twitter. All right, so I'm gonna share some of it with you, and there's possibility you might see different dates of recording on this video. Yeah, I hope I remember to change the dates once I get to those parts. All right, so let's see here. This is a GIF of Harry. I don't know where was that. I mean, when this guy is doing an engagement, he's having fun. That's the same GIF. That was 41 seconds ago. So this one caught my attention when I first saw it. That was 11 minutes ago. That's James O'Brien. I don't follow him. I'm super. Oh, maybe I did. How Not to Be Wrong, The Art of Changing Your Mind. Okay, Royal Suitor, I follow. But anyway, this is the thing. This is breathtakingly brilliant and remarkably brief explanation of what Meghan Markle has done wrong. Factor in how many of her fiercest detractors in the media also encourage and or excuse Trump's brilliant white supremacists and were close to an open and shut case. Let's see here. This is Royal Suitor. James O'Brien is retweeting. So I'm okay. So that's before I go and what Royal Suitor retweeted. Let me go in the comment so I could be done with it. Okay. So this is the comment. This is Suda who's thanking James O'Brien about her tweet. Okay, thank you for the compliment and for taking the time to read the article. Your segment was really thought-provoking and helped me peel back the layers. Okay. What the hell is this? Okay, I'm assuming that's a sarcasm. Whatever. What is that? Look at this. It's like these people are thinking it's like yawn. I'm like, what the hell is this? All right, that was a minute ago. All right, there is a danger of thinking this only about race and class. Meghan is also disliked because she is strong, independent, and very successful woman. Yep, that's what I mean. Some of the things that I was reading last night, and I hope I put them in here. The way they the real people of the UK goes in the comment sections of some of those articles, and the articles are the mouthpiece that's making it seem like Kate is like this goddess or whatever. But in the comment section, they really trash her. And this is one of the things I recorded last night, about an hour worth. I don't know, maybe I should put it in another video, or maybe it will be a video before this one. All right, nailed it and spot on. The House of Windsor may have to revert back to their original lineage. The House of Saxe, Coburg, Gotha. I have no idea about all of these names. I'm thinking of Game of Thrones right now. Okay, to cut the Gordian knot of the U.S. branch of Mountbatten, Windsor, or whatever they are called themselves today. I'm telling you. Sorry, has there been any doubt that Meghan's treatment has been for any other reason than the color of her skin? All right. Who is it? Koran. Okay, that's him who yawned right here. But let's see what Royal Suda have written. I'm going to go to her thread and see why James O'Brien thanked her for the explanation. Okay, so there is an article here. I will not be going in the article. All right. Imagine a society founded on a class structure with the British royal family at the top as determined by birth and blood. And when I read that part only, there's a video that I have that I explain about the social class where the God come first, and then you have the firm come second, and then the commonwealth below. And this is that I'm thinking of. A biracial woman enters the top of the pyramid by marriage. Okay, I'm telling you guys need to watch that video. I don't even remember exactly what I sent the video, because at that time everything was fresh to me, and I did that. I don't know, I think it was a research. I may have put other clips from different places. And then another thing that I'm thinking about is another video when I was looking as to why the tabloid in the UK are the way they are, where their first I guess people they were trying to put down were the blacks in the UK, and then how they portray them in their article, newspapers, and things like that. The image that they put, go look into that. I'm telling you, before I started putting videos about Meghan and stuff, I had to find out why. My question was why, and some of the question that I asked was why the UK tabloid the way they are. All right. I may not know much about Meghan's previous, before she married into the royal family, but finding out why they were saying negative things about someone who's never been in the tabloid in the US, and then all of a sudden the constant negativity about her, I had to find out why. All right. Okay, there's Royal Suda continues here. Because she lacked those prerequisites, she considered unworthy. Because she's proud of her heritage and consider herself equal to others at the top of the pyramid, she's considered ungrateful. Okay, and she's more qualified than all of them who's over there, because the way they're acting is so freaking dumb. Okay, what happened to British society when the class system is underpinning it is challenged. At M. James Mesto question, quote, what have Harry and Meghan done wrong? Inspire me to write. Use the link to read my thoughts and hierarchy and class structure, and let me know your own theory. This thing, I think I record part of it. Maybe this is another section of it. All right, let's see here. I have a recording of it.
What have they done wrong? Is the question that I'm not sure anyone can answer clearly. And there are plenty of people. I think Dee, the last call, is a perfectly good example of this. Plenty of people who just feel a bit let down by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for reasons that just because I can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. But you'd be completely out of order to suggest that my last caller's motivation had anything to do with Meghan's ethnicity. And it is lazy to suggest that everyone who's got a problem with her has a problem with her skin colour. But I think everybody that has a problem with skin colour has a problem with her. That seems to be fairly clear. The difficulty is in tracking the difference. So what is it that they've done wrong? I wonder whether there's a sort of inverse of deference going on here. And, you know, if you're at the top of a pyramid, then
there it is there.
Turning around and saying, "Oh, stuff this for a game of soldiers, I'm gonna follow my own path," that sends a message down the pyramid. And everybody else, lower down the list, lower down the ladder, lower down the pyramid, who perhaps feels constrained by their conditions. I might be overthinking it. I usually do on such matters. But if you think, well, I know my place, and that's been my big discovery of the last 5 years, as you know, that people actually derive reassurance and comfort from these social constructs. So I know my place. How else are you going to end up thinking that somebody like Jacob Rees-Mogg knows what he's talking about, unless it's a class-based hierarchy and you actually think he's better than you? And if someone who you have been conditioned since birth to think is better than you turns around and, in a sense, turns their back on the entire class structure, that's bad enough. But when they also appear to retain many of the privileges that class structure has bestowed upon them, while rejecting the restrictions, or possibly even the responsibilities, I don't know. I mean... I say I may be overthinking it, but I do really, really want to understand how somebody who reads the Mail or the Express or whatever it may be comes away convinced that they have insights into this couple's relationship and grounds for either disliking them or disapproving of them. Seems to me their biggest offence is pursuing their own happiness. Maybe it's envy.
He is spot on. He is spot on. Couple things came to mind as I was listening to him. One is a couple of videos that I've mentioned about the light, bright thing that possibility that Meghan brought to those young black Brits in the UK, where she inspired them to be more than what society over there want them to be. I've said this. Okay, I've said this when I was looking at the picture. Okay, I had said this when I saw Meghan with those schoolgirls, saying, "Look at her, look at this. She brings so much joy to those kids, to let them know you could be more than whatever position you are in over there." All right, and I've also said this is why they put negative thing about her, is to squash her down, to I think I used the word distinguish or put out the light on Meghan, so those people, those young black Brits over there, to not be inspired. Okay, I've said this, and this is similar to what this person is saying. And that was another thing that I was thinking about. Again, is that pyramid structure where they have a system going on. It's been working for them for centuries, decades. Okay, where they are at the top, everybody should respect them. Is the thing about respecting them due to classism, okay? That they upset with Meghan. All right, she came out of nowhere. She went straight to the top. That's exactly what this guy is saying. I agree with him 100%. And then they hated it. They hated it, and then they tried to squash the, get rid of her pretty much. All right, and some of the question that this guy is raising is right. It's spot on. And I guess I have to read that article to see what's going on. Let's see here. It really shocked me, but seems to be true. This is how haters may think. That is true. Okay, it ties back to James' comment that Harry and Meghan are perceived as walking away with the privileges that class structure has bestowed upon them. it's hard for them to articulate what that privilege is because it's so deeply coded into society, and even harder for them to remove. That is true. All right, so pretty much Harry just shattered their classism, the structure that they have over there, and this is why when they go round the world, okay, all those things that you see around the world, even in some, obviously in third world country, you see among these blacks, all right, those who think of themselves, okay, a lighter skin than the other, that they're better than another darker skin. All right, this thing has bestowed upon a society at large, everywhere. All right, and then Harry and Meghan just came and pshum, shattered that. That is true. That is absolutely true. All right. Okay, it's hard for them to articulate what privilege is because it's so deeply coded into society, and even harder for them to remove. And what's bothered those people right now is those at the top. Okay, it's those at the top who find it very threatened, because they have had it really well for them for decades and centuries. All right, they've had it so well where they don't really have to do much, just by the title of them being whatever titles that's over there. All right, they could do whatever, or the door is open for them. So this is being shattered right now. It's like the glass backs of what has been thrown from the inside, actually, has thrown on that glass house, where it's their position, their ideal way of life is threatened right now. This is what's going on right now. And people's gonna say, okay, look, he was all the way no, besides the Queen, nobody is at that top level that Harry was. All right, he was really at the top, and just pretty much give it all away and say, I don't want it. Okay, I just want to be happy and do what I want with my life and all of this, and I'll work for whatever it is that I need. And then this is the thing that they are afraid of. Those people over there with the power are afraid of, that, oh, because you don't have any title, you could make it at my level now. That's the kind of thing that I'm seeing here. All right, I'm not surprised by any of this. Such a great read, Royal Suitor. I've only lately realized how the average British psyche has been affected by the class structure. There is limited aspiration. So many cannot understand stepping away from a social strata they can only dream of, but will not achieve its chefs. The other thing that I'm thinking about is another I saw it last night. It's the person, there's, I guess, a writer or something, a black writer in the UK who did that thing, who did a segment about Meghan or something like, I don't remember how that thing went, but I'll put hopefully I remember to get a screenshot of it, where that thing have been embedded in her. She find the courage to put a segment about Meghan in a negative way, where she thought by doing that, perhaps, okay, my humble opinion, I don't know exactly what she was thinking, perhaps by putting Meghan down, she'll be welcoming in that particular class system, or whatever the next level she could have been. All right, but when Harry and Meghan walked away, guess what? They never needed her. This is the thing a lot of black people need to understand. If you don't take care of your own, all right, and then you think by putting your own down, when you're the only one standing, guess what? You have to fight the battle yourself. There's a a thumbnail that I did where I show someone at the edge. I mean, it's like a figure, human figure or something at the edge, and then all the other people standing behind about it. I think I talked somewhat and something like that. When you left by yourself, you'll see how you're gonna fight all those people. So this is another version of that. All right. So when Meghan was over there, instead of being on Meghan's side, try to uplift her. And the thing is that she had the mic. Okay, the mic meaning like the position that she was in to be able to do that particular segment on television. Okay, that's another form of having the mic, where she could have sided with Meghan, but no, she teamed up with the other teams, with the other group, to put Meghan down. okay, and thinking that perhaps she'll be welcome over there. And from what I've read, it was last night actually that I read it, I haven't edited that video yet, is that she I think contacted Tyler Perry, the American business actor and producer and all of that, for something, I don't know. After what you did to Megan, you think other blacks is gonna welcome you, especially when everybody idolize, well, not everybody, majority of African American idolize Megan, okay? And you think they were gonna welcome your toxicity? No way. Even if they did hire her, if whatever work that I know she's part of it, there's no way I'm gonna watch it, okay? So when you see your own is being put down, believe me, the other group is good at that. Look how they treated Trump, okay? With all those BS Trump have done. Look what it is. You cannot be any more clear than this, okay? Look how they sided with Trump with all of the BS that Trump did, okay? We should learn from those things. We should not be like, yeah, this and that. It's to learn from those kind of tactics, all right? Stick and support your own. And of course, the truth matters, all right? Even sometimes if the other side does something wrong, and then they punish them or whatever it may be, but use your brain to do the right thing and judge where judgment is. All right, this is why sometimes I said, the squads is almost like Mike Tyson and his heyday. They beat you up if you say something wrong, and then they'll come and after they put you, they put you on your place, and they'll come and say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then they lift you up and they say, "You better learn from your nonsense." All right, so this is what I'm getting here. Let's see here. Let me continue. Alright, such a good, okay. I remember having a conversation with a guy friend when Harry and Meghan first started dating. I tried to explain that most black women my age didn't grow up with that same type of princess fantasies that white girls did. Disney princesses were a cool movie, but not something that was for us. All right, let's see here. This, quote, removing titles, military honors, and patronage won't remove her from the top of the pyramid. The only thing that will classify her is to remove her from her husband. And the society has been working diligently, through unsuccessfully, to that end. That is true. That is true. That is 100% true. But guess what? Harry knows, his vice is very seasoned over there. And you know what they should have done is to prep their girls over there to be strong and do all of that. But instead, they treating there's like whatever they treat them. There's fluffy hair and do your nails, never lift a thing, and just stand by your husband and all of that. But the problem with that is Harry had so much example in front of him. You had Margaret and who else? Other second borns and all of that over there. And then on top of it, his treatment, okay, within that class system where he's always wrong, he's always bad, he's always mischievous and stuff like that. His ideas never been taken seriously. And then the one who's in line to the throne is treated as God. Okay, so Harry had to find something for himself. Okay, he has, especially all the girls that he dated, were probably with him just for the title. I'm assuming. Okay, some we probably never know. All right. Some probably did love him. Okay, look at Kate waited for 10 years. There's some that was with him on and off for whatever amount of years that I've seen. All right, they probably were waiting to get into that to get that title. Okay, so Harry was like, nope, I don't want anybody to marry me for my title, because the infested pool that I see within my class, if I want someone who is strong enough when I decided to leave, okay, I'm gonna go, and then you don't have to feel like you're leaving something behind, because over there, this classism is all nasty, that kind of thing. But anyway, so that was a good read. Look at this, I'm 23 minutes, okay? Great writing as always, very insightful, great read. Okay, so let me go into that article. Okay, I was not gonna do it, but let's see. because these are some of the things I've talked about and random. Let's see how much it is. Oh, perfect. It's not that long, and I'll leave the link in the description, and hopefully you guys could read it. All right, that's that classism there. While the House of Windsor turned into a house of cards. Oh my God, look at some of my thumbnails. I put this. I think there's something I put a card, a house, or dominoes or something that's falling. That just remind me of this. All right, let's see here. Imagine a society founded on a class structure with the, quote, white British royal family at the top as determined by birth and by blood. A biracial woman enters the top of the pyramid by marriage, negating both the birth and blood requirements society had previously been told were preconditions. Because she lacked those prerequisites, she's considered unworthy. Okay, because she's proud of her own heritage and consider herself equal to others at the top of the pyramid, she's considered ungrateful. All right, the town criers call out from the lower tier of the pyramid. Quote, I've never met her, but I look at her and I think, quote, I don't think I like you in real life. End quote. Said one. Quote, we Brits prefer true royalty to fashion royalty, end quote, proclaim another. Shout of, quote, she just doesn't speak our language, end quote, came wistfully on the wind, but at the top of the pyramid, the cries were met with silence. Okay, so that's the British family who haven't said a word about it. Okay, all this nonsense they've been saying, the tabloid. Okay, that's that. Okay, now I'm seeing it. That figure of speech thing. Were they too far away to hear it? Were they too disconcerted to know what to reply? Or did they use the cacophony from below to muffle the echo of their own whispers as they murmured the same things? The loudest gossip mongers were impossible to ignore as he officiously admonished her, go back to America. Okay, we know who that is. Okay, after years of being told that she was unworthy and ungrateful, the newlywed took their choir's advice. Okay, and so I see what she's saying here. Took the choir's advice and returned from whence she came, despite one latter's audacious caution not to force her husband to, quote, choose between you and us, end quote. He did in fact choose his wife. Okay, just as he did the day he married her. Much to their chagrin, ironically, though society spurned her placement at the top of the pyramid when she lived with her husband, for some, it calls into question whether the pyramid's peak is still something to aspire to. Okay, so that's the monarchy now. They're probably gonna pretty much God, if you guys been listening, I said a lot of silly things. I've said some stupid things. I myself know I could be that stupid when I say certain things. You guys usually correct me. Like the other day, someone corrected me. Went out of my head. I was talking her. For all I know, Megan probably already given birth, and someone called me out on it. On the in the comment section and said I need to think that, you know, she had a miscarriage during the summer in July, and then for her to already have given birth. I was just talking out of the blue, okay? But anyway, I know I've said a lot of things, but this, okay, I've seen it coming. The thing is that they never wanted the monarchy in the first place. They want people to cry foul. And believe me, what's keeping the monarchy going on right now is the pandemic, because people are isolated and stuff like that, because this thing have been embedded in their heads for centuries, okay? And now they're telling whoever's advising the monarch, okay, one thing, and then they're going behind their back, just like they did to Meghan, where they're trying to help her about the letter, and they're going behind their backs and backstabbing them. Now they're going to the public and tell the public to outcry and get rid of them. Okay, this is the thing that's been going on, and the ultimate reason for this, I've said it so many times, is to have control of the army. All right, is to have control of the army, because the queen has the control of that. Okay, I've been saying it, I've seen it coming. This is not new to me. All right, so let me read this. Let me continue reading this. All right, let's see. After years of being told that she was unworthy and ungrateful, the newlywed took the choir, okay, I'm reading this over, okay, advice and returned from whence she came, despite one tattler's audacious caution not to force her husband to, quote, choose between you and us, end quote. He did in fact choose his wife, just as he did the day he married her. Much to their chagrin, ironically, though, society spurned her placement at the top of the pyramid when she lives with her husband. So pretty much Meghan is still up there. So they really want to break them up. All right, this is where I left off. And the thing is that what they did not know, and I've said it in one of my book review, okay? There's a huge question mark here because I need to continue reading. The Finding Freedom. And one of the review, one of the things that I said is that before the public knew about Harry and Meghan were seeing each other, is that they had already established their foundation. They had a mutual understanding of if they were to get married, how they're gonna go about it. Okay, their foundation was sealed even before they went to the altar. Okay, before they went and said I do's. All right, I think this is the thing that they never get, and thank God they had that time, whatever short period of time, to see each other for who they are in their own environment, their own space, and their own ongoing. And I really thank God for those friends of Meghan that keep them off shut. Okay, and their co-workers, because I think at some point Harry used to go on Suits thing to watch Meghan do her job and things like that. All right, so all of these, I have major respect for all of the Suit cast, the people who works with the suit and behind the scene people we will never know. All right, who knew Meghan and Harry were dating and none of them said a word. All right, that gave them the chance to found each other, to create that foundation that keep them together with all those noise that they've been dealing with. So all of these, their friends, Jessica, all of these people, we have to thank them every time we get a chance. All right, all those suitcasts who knew about the dating, none of them said a word. All right, because they were creating their foundation. All right, they get to know each other from their own environment, their own space. They see how Meghan get up early in the morning to go to work and, hustle. All right, this is what Harry always wanted. So when they started trashing her and she gave up everything for him, he was like, no, that's not the woman that I married. That's not the woman I know. So I'm giving everything away and then just go with her. And I like her energy. All right. So let me continue. All right, I had to do this, and some of you don't like when I bring this up. And I realize lately when I keep it after I finish read the thing, I lose my chain of thought and I forget it. All right, let me continue. All right, for some, it calls into question whether the pyramid's peak is still something to aspire to, whether those at the top are truly elite. All right, whether blood and birth really are prerequisites. Their departure is considered a rejection of the pyramid as a construct. Okay, thus a rejection of the society itself. For others, it was necessary repudiation and confirmed that just as they expect, she and OCD, not our class dear, not our class dear. All right, so this is the thing that I think I listened to a few minutes ago. Still, that wasn't enough. For society to maintain order, she must be classified and her elite status conferred by marriage removed. All right, but the society, what I'm thinking here, married remove, there's a past. I mean, you guys might be disagree with me here. I don't think the queen saw it the same way those people below her see it. I truly think maybe the queen did accept Meghan. All right, is those people down below out of jealousy? Okay, because they will have to do so much to get some sort of a freaking look at that guy who just died. What's his name? The one who raised the money. And what in his 90s, that's when the queen made him a knight or something like that. Okay, how much do they have to do to be recognized by the queen or future king and stuff like that to get some sort of a title? This is the thing that bothers them. Okay, so therefore they must destroy what Harry and Meghan has. So they were trying to destroy that, because how much can they do? What do they have to do to be recognized, to have some sort of a title? This kind of thing. This is the thing that really bothers them. Is out of jealousy. Okay, Meghan came out of nowhere and straight to the top. And I really think, reading this right now, I really think the Queen did accept Meghan into the monarch. And then those people who's advising some of those senior officials, senior monarch, whatever, whoever that might be, I don't want to name any name, but I have a specific person in mind, all right, to go and backstab Meghan. Is that thing out of jealousy kind of thing? And they put nonsense in this particular person's head to backstab Meghan and to throw that, I'm telling you, their brains are empty. Their brains are truly empty. There's a possibility he did accept her into the family. But the nonsense they put in their head to out of jealousy, the ones who are below, who don't have a title, who's putting things in his head to go and backstab Meghan. So I truly believe the royal family did accept Meghan. And some of the things Meghan have said during the engagement, I believe is true. But once she married, okay, those out of jealousy went to work to try to destroy that marriage. Because how much can they do to get a title themselves? And Meghan come out of nowhere and went straight to the top. That is true. So these are other things that I'm seeing here. It is true. It is out of jealousy. Okay? Because whatever level of classism these people were in, okay, and they want to go higher in whatever it is that they are in, but Meghan went straight and skipped all of them and went straight to the top. Okay, so this is definitely out of jealousy. So the Queen, okay, I sort of blame the Queen in some ways for not putting one word out and said to leave Meghan alone. That thing, okay, this would have stopped. Now people are crying foul. Those jealous, hypocrite people over there are crying foul because for letting it be. And I mean, they thought, okay, the thing is that they thought they were gonna mess up the marriage, but Harry was like, no, I'm not letting her go. All right, she's so that's the thing that I'm seeing here. Okay. But the society is trapped in a conundrum. Her husband and their children are at the top of the pyramid by birth and by blood. Removing titles, military honors, and patronages won't remove her from the top of the pyramid. The only thing that will classify her is to remove her from her husband. And the society has been working diligently to unsuccessfully to that end since the day they learned that Harry and Meghan were a couple. Yep, that is true. I mean, people who have been listening to some of my videos, all right, this is not new to me, one bit. Okay, this is another way of confirming some of the things that I've said. All right, this is just a way of confirming some of the things that I've said. And then the thing is that, all right, the thing is that they really want to get rid of the monarch completely. This is the goal, is to get rid of the monarch, and then they're advising the monarch in one way, and then they're putting out some other things the other way for the public to get upset, and then to cry foul. Is that they want the people to have cry out loud to get rid of the monarch. All right, let's see here. So I read everything here. So that was a good discussion. I don't think I'll be going to a lot of tweet this morning because I have a lot already that I recorded. All right, let me go through some. All right, you are such a good writer, sis. Good morning from across the pond. All right, so that's that. Okay, this is from her thread herself, the thread that was retweeted. All right, okay, these are those young kids again. Look at her, how happy she is. Okay, so these, even white kids, black kids, especially black kids, all right, they wanted to get rid of her because the light, the possibility that she brought to those kids. Okay, if you have your 2 hands, 2 feet, and you have a dream, you could make it. Is that American dream kind of thing she was bringing over there, and they rejected it. Okay, they rejected it. You have to be anointed to have that particular class. Okay, So she was saying, no, you don't need that. You don't need somebody to give you a special ribbon or special title. As long you have your 2 hands, 2 feet, and you have a dream, you could do it. And then they reject that. They don't want that. That's the thing. All right, let's see more people thanking her. Great read. Her husband and their children are at the top of the pyramid by birth and by blood. That is true. Sure, this talk is a coincidence after latest baby news. And the thing is that this is why they were saying already. Okay, the people over there in the UK, it is, they may not even know it. This is the thing, because it's embedded in their brain since they were born. Okay, that when Megan was pregnant with Archie, they even were saying no, she wasn't pregnant, it was fake, it was that, because they already saw that her child is gonna be at the top. Okay, this is the thing. This is why they were saying all of this stuff. All right, I wasn't following them that much, but at least things that I come across to when I started putting things out, I was reading between the lines already. Let me see what this person wrote. All right, there's Robert Jobson. She got a screenshot of, when was that? February 16. That was yesterday. Okay, today's February 17, 2021. Okay, that's Twitter iPhone. Very interesting. I really believe the Princess Royal should be elevated in the line of succession, giving the changes primogeniture. Okay, if anything happened to Charles or William, I'm not sure the people will accept part-time Uncle Harry or great Uncle Andrew, okay, as regent to George. Wow, you see, they create all sort of scenario. They are creating all sort of scenario. But guess what? Of course, they will prefer William's wife and stuff, because she has nothing in her brain. That way they could control her. It's almost like what I've said about the Queen. Okay, I know a lot of you disagree with me. I've seen the comment, okay? But for some reason, I truly believe this. When the Queen father, the king, whatever his name was, okay, died, and then Queen Elizabeth took over. She was young. Yes, she was at the age, I think in her 20s. Okay, she had a kid, I think Charles or something like that. She was trying to raise her family and stuff. But guess what? They didn't really mold her for that position yet, to that extent, because I don't think they expect the king to die that soon or something like that. All right, so they didn't really mold her that much because she was a woman. All right, so as soon as the king died, they took over, okay, by putting nonsense to the queen's head. All right, and they probably actually even talked to her husband. This is new here, I never mentioned this. They probably talked to her husband to talk her into doing certain things. All right, where they will say, okay, if you, I won't say anything. That kind of thing. All right. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. All right. The husband is, going out and then, feeding the queen some nonsense and stuff like that. Look at it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be 1000% wrong here. It is Philip who did something about televising something. I forgot what it was. Oh, her when they were anointing her as the queen or something, they have a term for it, I can think of it, where they televised it. Okay, that was the beginning of all of the stuff. So all of these, the people behind the scene, the ones who is advising them, they already had a path for the monarch. Okay, they probably had, but whatever. But let me just leave it as that for now. All right, let me go to the next screenshot. All right, this is Jeremy Vine on 5. Okay, should Princess Anne move up? Look at this. All scenarios. They're giving all scenarios now. Should Princess Anne move up the line of succession? She's currently 14th in line to the throne, but as the hardest working royal, clocking up an impressive 148 engagement last year, is it time the rule were relaxed to put her ahead of her brothers and their offsprings? Okay, you see, they're creating all sort of scenarios. So in other words, God forbid if something were to happen, let's say the queen is gone, Charles is gone, William is gone, and all of that. So they're saying instead of instead of Harry, because William kids are so young they can't really do that much. All right, should Harry, as how will I say that, temporary? I don't know, as a temporary kind of thing to be over there. All right. The thing is that Harry has his head screwed properly. Okay. He could read between BS's. All right. They don't want that. They don't want that. They want an empty brain. That way they could feed them their nonsense. It's an empty brain that they want. So now, similar to Trump, they let so many pass by. If you look at Obama, every little thing that he does couldn't, it's always a cry. All right. So now, because Harry is somewhat next, okay, because those Williams kids are so young, if something were to happen to those future, okay, something were to happen to them, okay, now let's break the rules now. Let's break the rules because Harry head is screwed properly with his biracial wife should not be up there, okay, because if they're up there, they'll straighten things out. From my understanding, if Harry were to be temporarily in line ahead of those let's say George, Charlotte, and all the others, okay, if he came next, he's gonna put things in the right path, and then probably make sure they teach George properly, okay. So they don't want that. So look at this. They're giving all those sort of scenario. Why is Jobo the Hunt Humbly agency for a minor monarch is based on what place you fall in line to the throne? It's so. It's not. It's based on the will of the deceased monarch. While, like, why wouldn't Catherine, the regent, should William or Charles die while George is a minor? Okay, that's the thing here. All right, thanks, Akbar Suda. This is brilliant. Williams, Squiddies are talented. That's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, this is a great article. Thanks, glad you like it. Great article, congratulations. I have to say, spot on. My view on our monarch has changed. Okay, I mean, these things were right there. I mean, I never really followed them. I mean, I used to see them as, the same way you watch a movie. All right, I watch it and then I move on with my life. I never went beyond that. Okay, but it's that thing where they were talking so much negativity about Meghan that made me snoop in to find out why. Okay, and now this is what's going on. And then the worst thing with them is that if they really trust or they believe in the monarchy, they should leave Meghan alone. That's the thing now. All right, they should have left Meghan alone from the beginning. And now everything is gonna break loose. All right, and then if you think about it now, the way Harry is bringing up his kids, okay, out of this infest kind of mind, now they're gonna have a child who's fully American. Okay, still again is gonna be dual citizen, even if he or she born in the U.S. That could possibly run for president. Okay. If I'm not 100% sure about Archie. If Archie could run for president, because I think you have to be born in the U.S. You could have dual citizenship. Okay, I'm not 100% sure if Archie could run for president because he wasn't born in the U.S. That's the distinction here with the other sibling that is baby number 2. Baby number 2 could run for president because he or she is gonna be born in the U.S. Okay, Archie, on the other hand, could run for prime minister over there. Okay, that's the thing Harry has here. That's the card Harry is bringing up over there. All right, Archie could run for prime minister over there because he was born over there. Okay, but grew up over here in the U.S. So Harry is putting that chain, that connection right at the core here. Both of his kids could do both, either way. So in other words, the way they treat their number ones over there in the UK, where the firstborn is that prime real estate kind of thing, the golden eggs, Harry is gonna have 2 prime real estate here, 2 golden eggs, where one could run for prime minister over there and one could run for president in the US. I mean, it's not guaranteed any of them could have that place, but they have that option where they could freely do that. Okay, because people have to vote for them to get that particular position. All right, so both of Harry's kids is gonna be prime real estate or golden eggs kind of thing. They're gonna be equal. If you see my trend here. All right, so I could be wrong. You guys could correct me. I'm not sure if Archie could run for president in the U.S. All right, definitely that I know for sure. He is dual citizen because of Meghan. All right, and obviously he born over there. He's already British. Okay, but the other one, the second one, is also dual citizen. Okay, he's already he or she is dual citizen with British because of Harry, and definitely American. He or she gonna be born in the U.S. And then that extra thing that second born has is that he or she could run for president because of the birth right being born in U.S. soil. And then sometime when I think of this, I think of John McCain. Who was born, I think, Panama, but the only difference is that he was born in the base of the U.S. So the base was somewhat considered U.S. soil. Okay, so there's a lot of branches here, variables that I'm thinking here. All right, you guys could correct me on any of these things. Okay, great observation. She has burst the bubble with her relative normality, much like all monotheistic religions will be ended with arrival of alien life form. I'm telling you, there's always something here. That is true. This is what I say. I embrace all religion. Okay, if you don't believe on religion, just send some positive vibe to the universe. That's for sure. Okay, excellent work, S. Okay, you nailed the core issue and explained it brilliantly. I read another article of yours in there, and it's equally brilliant. Okay, feel very accurate. People I know who for some reason dislike Meghan Markle talk about how she's solid. Okay, Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Okay, it's a good time as any to challenge the outdated and discriminatory UK class system. Meghan and Henry Sussex, or whatever his name is now, are willingly or unwillingly doing just that. It will be interesting to see how this plays out. And the thing is that Harry, who grew up in that, okay, someone brought this in one of the tweets that I was reading, is that Princess Diana grew up outside of that system. They were able to treat her that way. But you have Harry, who grew up in it. Okay, he knows the ins and outs of those people. So he's like, there's nothing special here. For all I know, Harry probably most of the time is locked up in his room playing video game if he's not doing any engagement, or whenever he's out with his friends. You see him front page doing stuff, but naked in front page. Okay, so for all I know, this guy been wanting to have a normal life, and whenever he's out, he does some crazy stuff. Okay, in his front page, and he probably was in a prison. I've told you guys that. When those two pictures that I have when Harry was a young boy, okay, looking at the window, he wanted out, and then I come with that picture of Meghan, who's outside of the palace, and say, I'm coming to rescue you. To different time and to different age time and things like that. And that's the way I saw it. Okay, I mean, picture tells me a lot of things. All right, thank you for the good read. Reclassification as a method to estrange Meghan from Harry is very thought-provoking. I mean, I saw this miles away. Thanks for taking the time to read and consider. Thought-provoking piece. This is why the royal family never defended her. Is just fact. I mean, that's true. That's part of it. And I think it's because the thing that they put in their heads after that, after the wedding. I think originally the queen did accept her because this is what Harry wanted, and because Harry is not in line of the throne. If Harry was in line to the throne, maybe she will reject Meghan, but Harry was not in line of the throne. They had two futures waiting, and then one of the futures already have heir to the throne. And not only that, she changed the rules where girls could take the spot on. All right, so which means there's like several people in line of Harry who could take it. So Harry was nowhere near the throne, so that wasn't a threat for the queen, I think. Okay, regarding Meghan's skin color, but it's those people below, okay, who out of jealousy, who's like, oh my God, what do I have to do to move up the ladder, kind of thing. So they have to create that narrative to get rid of her. They pretty much standing on a thread right now. On a thread. One little string. Okay, there was one thumbnails that I wrote the power of one. Okay, meaning the power of Harry, and you have to have 8 of them trying to fill up just Harry's shoes. Okay, so they're standing on a thread right now. Everybody, majority of people in the UK love Harry for who he is, and now he's gone. You chase him out. Now the monarchy is in danger right now. All right, and then none of them came to the rescue, and then they're backstabbing them and all of this. So Harry's like, forget it. For all I know, the monarchy could be gone because you guys never took me serious and you didn't really want to hear what I have to say. For all I know, this thing can be, is like, burn that shit down. You look what you did to my dad. And on top of it too, as I'm thinking, there's some stuff he probably know that we, the public, don't know. Especially about the mother's death. There's probably some stuff. We know a lot. Believe me. We know a lot about Princess Anna, all those recordings and all of that. There's probably some stuff we probably don't know that he knows. Okay? That he knows about the mom death and stuff like that. Alright? That's the squad. They speak on GIF. There's a GIF for everything. Alright? Alright, the way we are laughing at the cult of Kim Jong-un in North Korea, people who live in republics laugh at the cult of the world in the UK. The Sussexes are being wronged, but they are still very privileged people. Instead of worrying about them, we should just scrap that the royalty. And just how do you propose that happen? Oliver Cromwell, okay, thought he could do it. Okay, well, he fell in the end. Okay, exactly. They did that to Diana. Okay, threats of taking away her children. Charles took her HRH away, leaving her without security. Against the vulture, the British establishment isolated Diana, and she was thinking of leaving Britain. Disgusting people. Alright, so I think what happened here, as I'm reading this, is just that Harry saw and read and understood what happened to his mom. So pretty much wherever Diana left off, and he's picking up there, and he's making sure that doesn't happen. This is why when Meghan left, okay, when Meghan left and says, I'm out, okay, and probably that St. Graham talk, for all I know, nobody knows, okay, for all I know, Harry was saying, we'll do that 6 months or half in, half out and all of this. And that way I could keep my wife and all of this. When they tell him, they rejected all of his idea and said no. And Harry was like, okay, I see the danger. If she leaves, okay, if she leaves and our baby is already out there, okay, we already had a plan that we're not bringing Archie back and all of that. Okay, I'm just talking out of my BS here. It's just my opinion. All right. And Harry was like, oh, I saw where my mom left, what they did to her. Okay, she had no security, none of that. I better go along with her and stuff like that. That way they could put their heads together and they'd be stronger together. And this is what happened. Harry just picked up where his mom left off. Okay, that's exactly that. I agree with her. Okay, oh, I don't think she said what I said, but I just added to it. Okay, great read, thank you. Wow, this article was deep and an eye-opener. Best article, excellent read, thank you so much. Alright, anyone who is new, some of my, believe me, I say a lot of BS. A lot, okay? But if you've been listening to some of my videos, occasionally I throw some very thoughtful stuff in there. Okay, some of the things that she's saying here, I'm not trying to take away what she's saying here. I definitely agree with her. It's just that I said them in my own word, in my own way of seeing things, because some of these things I saw coming. And was it yesterday I got the chance to watch Sussex Squad video, latest video, and as I was listening to her, and I also hear some of the things that she was saying, it's just that she put it so eloquently, so very well put, unlike the way that I put, I do or say some of my stuff. Alright, so I'm already exactly an hour here, and I already have so much. I saw some other tweets that I saw. Maybe I should okay, I did this. There was one. Okay, I'm starting to be of the opinion that whether the Queen is informed of something 1 year, 6 months, or even 3 weeks before the fact, she remained permanently blindsided. On other word, they have to, that she's gonna be blindsided about that 1 year review. Let's see this. Meghan Markle and Harry disrespectful for blindsiding Queen over Oprah interview. I mean, these are grown adults. They have to do what they need to do. They said they left, okay? And then they tell them, once they left, the monarch tell them, you better go pick up the tab on your own. So they have to do what they had to do. Not every step that they do, they have to call the queen. My goodness. Let's see here, 15 comment here. Who will this rag use once the queen is gone? Chuck and Will? No one outside Little England takes them seriously. They cling to this old lady because she is the only member of that family that gets some global respect. After her, it'll be over for some in this family. As I'm reading this, because last night I read some other tweet I have not edited yet, is that the future's wife, who waited 10 years to get that title, and imagine once the queen is gone, everything shattered. It's like a waste of time. The way I see that they disrespect her, oh my goodness. I mean, in the comment section, okay? Future's wife, that is. Okay, I like Professor Earlier's response. Okay, neither, okay, she retweeted that. Neither, it's a right-wing tactic. Okay, they hang on to some oversimplification that works as a slogan, but is really dumb when you think about it. It helps them reach the dumbest people who use the same little slogan over and over. It happens in politics all of the time. That is true. That is true. This is those empty brain I be talking about. There's nothing in there, so they filling them with nonsense. All right, this is when I was looking at Piers Morgan's picture, and I was like, I don't care what he's saying and stuff like that. It doesn't affect me. Then I rethink about it. I taught it, and I took it right back on the video. I didn't even cut it out. I left it because there's so many empty brains out there that he's talking to. These are the disposable people they're talking about. Those poor whites who don't, who have nothing. Okay, they just give them that little hope of that they could be. Of their skin will open doors for them. All right, when in fact they're just using them as foot soldiers to do their dirty work. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, actually, I should have mentioned that. Now that I said, it sounds better this time around. All right, they're using those poor whites as foot soldiers to do their dirty work, to do all of this nonsense. The same way Trump used those poor white Americans to do his dirty work for him. Well, think about it. Some of them are not poor. Okay, some of them took private jet to fly to DC, and all of them. Not all of them that are poor, but majority of them, okay, are poor to do the dirty work for him. And then once he finished use them, he's gone. He does, look at it. He didn't even pardon any of them. So this is the same thing that's going on here. This from Marina Hyde at The Guardian about some who is really blindsided. Let's see here. Oh, wow. I'm telling you, the squad is informing each other. And then there he is. I'm sharing it with you guys. We're a country where the guys leading the media charge against Meghan are so emotionally wrapped that the only way they can bring to realize their feeling of social, racial, and sexual resentment is by using a 94-year-old woman's feeling as a proxy. That's another way of looking at it. Quote, they have disrespected the queen, end quote. Really means, quote, they have disrespected this newspaper, end quote, or quote, they have disrespected me, end quote. So you keep hearing people saying, quote, how could they do this to the queen, end quote, and quote again, it's the queen I feel sorry for, end quote. Why? She's not your grandmother. You don't know her socially. It doesn't count that you've been to her Benz or covertly taking pictures of her breakfast table or whatever. And it hardly needs saying that she will find you personally absolutely detestable. I honestly want to wet your pants about it, you know. Oh my God. Yet the reading of pants continues. The biggest cry this week is that Meghan and Harry do want publicity, but only the kind that suits them. Obviously, yeah, the one that suits them. Okay, they quote, want it all their own way. Okay, end quote. Yes, so does everyone. So do I. So do most pretendedly. Do you? It's almost like when I was reading some of the stuff, and they make it seem like it's a bad thing that Harry and Meghan want certain things. I'm like, hell yeah, would you want the same thing too? This is exactly that. Okay, I'm telling you. When was that? Where was that? The Guardian. Okay, I didn't even read this. This is the thing. The squad is putting, a screenshot to let you know this is what's going on someplace else if you don't have time to read other things. This is exactly that. Why is this the account suspended? Whose account? Okay, probably the wrong tag. Okay, oops. Okay. I'm telling you, the squad don't hold anything back. I'm like, Alright, so certainly the Queen for journalists, and it makes sense. They use the Queen as proxy for their own anger and resentment. Okay, and is that the only vocabulary they are allowed to use on the voter? And I think this is why also the Queen haven't said anything, because these are the mouthpiece that pretty much holding her somewhat relevant kind of thing. Okay, when in fact, I mean, they care so much, meaning the Queen and the people in the royal family, they care so much about the the firm, okay, but they don't see for themselves what truly will hold the firm, pretty much. All right. Exactly, the Queen certainly seems clueless with this perpetual lack of awareness. Look at this, I didn't even read that. Alright, awareness of what is going on around her. Plus, not everything that a family member does should be based on her feelings. What about the other person's feeling? Exactly. I mean, those people, I mean, not this comment here, those people who's putting those headlines, I mean, they just angry and jealous. It's out of jealousy, and this is how those things around the world happen. It's out of jealousy. All right, and they wanted to be at the top all the time, and then Harry and Meghan just shattered that for them. All right, then the worst thing is they keep at it, and as much or as more they talk about it, it's like shedding light to more of the things, making more people aware of their BS. They should just let it be and then just stick to what they have right now. Be satisfied with what you have and continue in your bubble. But no, they have to disturb another person, and which in fact is pretty much shedding light on them. That's the thing here. They're pointing finger at Harry and Meghan, but all fingers is pointing at them now. That's the way I see it here. Okay, they should just leave it alone and continue in their bubble kind of lifestyle. All right, let's see. What is it? All right, and they know for sure, do they? They don't even know if they have already cleared all of this with the Queen. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things we don't know. For all I know, I've said this before. For all I know, they probably talk to the Queen almost every day. Okay, it's just that they keep it up on themselves. Okay, no courtier, none of this. I mean, look at this about the William thing is waiting for baby number 4. Okay, for all I know, William probably already knew about everything about her. But to get a glimpse of that spotlight, they have to say something and said something like, "Oh, I'm trying for baby number 4," or something like that. All right, and then the squad took on with it and said, "You telling the grown man is telling his grandmother he's banging his wife unprotectedly." I'm telling you, the squad sees something fun out of all this nonsense. Alright, let me see here. Alright, it's all gossip how many headlines of blindsiding have we seen about all of the other royal interviews from Sophie to Anne. Shame they keep using this old woman like this. I mean, she doesn't care because she's in the it's almost like they're praising her kind of way. Yes, blindsiding and disrespecting the Queen, guaranteed to make cold British blood boil. Okay, what part of totally independent they don't understand? I'm telling you, they don't understand the word privacy. They don't understand independent. I don't know, and let me not go there. All right. Well, you know what the Queen can say. Good. I get knocked down, but I get up again. That's the music. I think it was a 90s music. I get knocked down and I get up again. Anyway, this is why the article from Marina was pretty accurate overall. Okay, they hide behind the Queen, but they're talking about themselves most of the time. That's pretty much it. Like I was saying, they're pointing fingers and all fingers is pointing at them. Okay, let's see here. This is the thing I just read. Alright, Can y'all imagine how the 2021 Christmas card is going to look like? The breathing, that's Page. I haven't come across Page things lately. Let's see here. Oh my God. The squad always have another one to respond. Archie might show us his little sibling this Christmas. That's right. After the way the rat treated the rents, not even 60 days into the year, I have a feeling he's gonna be real petty this year. I hope so. All hail King Archie. Let's see here. Skip to December. Baby boy 2 is going to be calling. Okay, page F. Okay. I'll never be ready. I'm telling you. Archie calling his little sibling. I'm saying it's going to be glorious. Okay, that's the squad. I'm telling you, when Paige brings something out, it brings the light to all the squads. This. I thought about upcoming Christmas card, and my first thought was, how freaking out will Paige be from 1 to 10? I chose 1,000 and to infinity. It looked like I'm right. Okay, there's this. Oh, Paige just put her nonsense, and there's this. Okay, okay. Now my power just went out. Okay. Okay, anyway, they look so happy, so I'm celebrating that. That is true. Yep, that's my word. Let's see here. There's Mia. There's another squaddy I haven't come across in a while. Me reading, liking, and bookmarking everything I can before the electricity and Wi-Fi go off. So they must be in Texas or something. I'm telling you, sometimes when I go over some tweets the night before, so I could record the day after, I go once anything that I saw about the Sussexes is like, so I could have them. Okay, this is so that's what she's doing before her power went out. Let's see, that's 14. Okay, girl, me too. Okay, same for you as well. I'm praying for protection and swiftness, that you all will be taken care of as quickly as possible during this unprecedented time. Stay safe, Mia. Wishing you all the best. Okay, I think somewhere in what is it, in Texas, I came across a tweet where someone in Texas said that her light went out and there's snow, and I'm like, in Texas don't have snow, it's in the south, but apparently I saw a picture. Yeah, they did. All right, there's a prayer. Perfect. Let me stop now. Okay, this is the last one. Prayer for Harry and Meghan, Archie. Lord, we thank you for a new day. Please protect Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Doria. And I'm gonna add this for the unborn. Okay, and their supporters. We give you the Sussex's enemy. Destroy all wicked plans against Harry and Meghan. Destroy all the enemies. We pray for peace, justice, victory for the Sussexes. And Jesus, we pray. Amen. There's one thought that I was thinking about when I was talking about where Harry picked up where Diana left off. And then one thing that came to mind, and I forgot, is the fact that the squad pick up also where Diana left, because we putting prayers out there for them. This, I mean, no matter how your belief is, I think this works as well. Okay, once you send positive things out there, that's extra help, that's extra positive vibe toward them and for them. It helps them. All right, it protects them. All right, maybe I'll use this picture for the thumbnails. All right. Okay, for David himself said by the Holy Ghost, the Lord said to my Lord, sit thou in my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool. That's perfect. That is it. This is a perfect quote. Okay, that's Mark 12:36. Yep. Let's see the squads. Okay, we also pray for the baby. Thank you. You see, I even added that. Okay, for the baby. Please protect him or her and put your shield of protection over him or her and his family as you did for Job, so that no weapons formed against them shall prosper. And we condemn every tongue and rises up against them in judgment in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Yep, that's for sure. You see, I even saw that too. All right, the squads are on the same page. Amen, 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 amen. Okay, that's it. All right, there's a lot I bookmarked, but I'm already an hour plus here, and I have at least several other hours to record. And by the time, let's see, I have the computer to myself. Let me edit this so I could have something for you guys tomorrow. But if I have time, I'll record some more for you guys. All right, because I enjoy reading this, and as I'm reading them, I'm recording for you guys. All right, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.